Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yes. Hi, Sophie. Say good morning. You come running over. Yeah. Welcome in, EightBitsaByte here with another day of potential game dev. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I forgot to get some music on here. There we go. All right. Anyways, I have the web whiteboard up for today. So the link should be pinned at the top of chat. You can come in. And yesterday we were using it to try to work on the Wisp, right? This is kind of what we were thinking. I'm not quite there yet. I have it more like this right now. Animated, right? So the lines move, but we're getting there. Maybe. What else did I do? Well, yesterday I worked on the house just a little bit. We have some ants, little ants, like those little sugar ants, right? That like to come in over on the one side where like it faces out where like the pool area is, and where we have gravel, and there's right up to the side of the house, right? So working on trying to get rid of the nest that's there, because they do come in a little bit sometimes, not often, but they do. So currently I was working on that yesterday. I think, hopefully, did a pretty good job yesterday. Found some ant gel that they're supposed to eat, and then they take it back with them, and it hopefully, destroys the nest. So that was phase one. I did that, but what I did was I put that underneath the baseboard because there's a gap. So I squeezed it in, like the little tube into there in multiple little places. Then I had a clear ceiling caulk that you put along the bottom of the baseboard, and it turns into sort of like a rubber, but it's clear, right? So ran that along it so it seals the bottom so they can't really come out, and it traps the food stuff on the other side of it. Then I have this granial ant stuff that I can put in the outside, and it put it into the gravel right along the edge of the house there. So hopefully that starts to work and get rid of them. So we'll see. All right. What else did I do yesterday? Pinooch, good morning. How are you doing today? It's nice to see you. You are first for being here, and first for the Sophie treat today. Right, Sophie? Right, sit. There we are. Don't know, you just woke up? Excellent. What time is it? It is 7:08. I slept in just a little bit. I got up about 5:30. Roughly 5:30, maybe 5:40. What I started doing is I'm waking up around 4:15 now, during Monday through Friday, because I go to I'm going to the gym. Then I work on some game dev, and I go to work or stream, whichever, right? But on the weekends, I'm not going to the gym, so I slept in just a little bit. You've been going to bed really late? I'm not going to bed late. On average, it's around 10 to 10:30. Yeah. So no real late nights anymore. And mostly, that's just because Jeepins turns into a pumpkin. And she's like, it's time for bed. So that's how that works. All right. The way, yeah, she turns into a pumpkin. I'm like, I could stay up later, but you know, it's not how this works. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. I have music going, but I don't see it showing there. That should fix it. I had this problem yesterday too. All right. Outside of trying to get rid of some ants, I worked on game dev for a little bit yesterday, and I played Pow World. I have to say I'm kind of really enjoying the 1.0 of it. All the new content they added is actually really, really nice. So yesterday, I figured out I'm not high enough level to get there naturally, right, in the game, but I figured out how to get to the floating islands early, so I could get up there, get a teleport, so that way I can go back and forth. But that's all right. And the game dev stuff I worked on, spent a little time trying to make a new Wisp. So currently, this is roughly where it's going to look like, right? And yeah, it's getting there. I really kind of like this look, but for now, it's going to look like a little electrical ball. So, I think we'll drop over. There we are. All right. On here, right? I created 2 different ones. So we have this one. Right? And I made one that has sort of a glow behind it. And it looks like that. So to test them, I put them into this morning. I put them here so that we could just hop in game and come over and test it. And I think that's what we're gonna start off with. I did fix the run. I think I fixed it. The ability to run away from battles. I think that's fixed now. I also took the ability of the transparency when you walk behind trees and created a new parent object for them. So we're going to go ahead and start it and check out a couple things. So what's on your plate today, Pinooch? After stream, Jeepin and I are going out for breakfast. We're going to, we haven't done that in a while. So she was like, oh, we get 1 day off together this weekend, right? Because my schedule is now finally changed to 100%. So now I work starting this Monday through Thursday. And I will be hopefully streaming now starting this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You did all video games and you did all the laundry yesterday. Nice. I tend because I work from home, right? She ventures out into the world. I try to like keep up with it throughout the week, so there's just not a lot of it. And yeah. All right, so this is the transparency effect. You can now see behind the trees when you are close to them, right? And the whole reason that came about was because of this. I was like, oh, I have treasure chests out in the world. And it would be a fun idea if they could be hidden behind trees and other objects, and the player has to come around and try to find it, right? So that's where this whole thing started from. I only had it on a little bit of code. It was just a circle, so it wasn't the whole thing. And yesterday, Brent helped with making it so the whole sprite does it. All right. These are the two wisp. So you remember, like, I showed two different versions of them. Let's make it cloudy. All right. So we have the wisp on the left. Let's take a screen capture. Let's put it here. Right? So we have two of them, left and right. And that's what we need to decide on. I kind of like the little glow right here. That is on it, right? I think the wisp needs a light source of its own. The player kind of has it, but I think the wisp needs it. All right. I'm leaning towards this one, the one on the right. Yeah. But let's stop it. Let's try to add in a light source on here. I should just be able to do it down here in the draw GUI. Right here. What about white instead of green? I could do white. I just thought white felt more electric. But let's review that before we start writing everything. In here, this is what I took it from. A yellow electric ball, right? It's one of the animated effects that I got. So let's take it. We'll make a copy. Let's close that one. Let's open the copy. Let's go in here. Well, let's make it, I mean, without going to 100% over it, let's give it like little bits of white. And let's see what that looks like. There it goes. All right. It might take like working on it specifically and redrawing it, which is fine. There it goes. Trying to get the whole little lines. And once we do this, we'll go ahead and put it in the game so we can see it. It's not 100% white, but for right now, I think for a test, I think that'd be fine. All right. Let's take it, put it up here. What did I make these? These are 50. That's 200. All right, that's fine. Now let's make another object for it. Let's grab that. And this is not test, this is now white. Okay. Let's go into here. Let's put that there. All right. Those should be good. All right, let's run it and check out what a semi-white kind of looks like. It's not going to have the glow look behind it, but I think it'll be all right. Come on, there it is. All right, let's put that here as well, so we can look at them, right, as what on it. All right, so that is the 3 of them. I think the white, especially because of the grass, stands out a lot better. Okay. Yeah. Pinooch. Yeah, the green does. It kind of blends into the grass. I mean, granted, you're not always going to be over top of grass, but you're going to be over grass a majority of the time. I have an idea. What if we took the white? Let me find it. Why did all these open up? What just happened? Hold on. Where did all the sprites just go? All right, they're right there. Resources. Was my brain just not working? Was it there the whole time and I had something on the search bar and so it hit it? I got worried for a moment. Okay. Right. I did. I got worried. So this light flare we'll take up here. Put it with the wisp. Let's work on this. Right? Instead of yellow, what if it had like an ice blue with it? I'm trying, I mean, a wisp can be sort of electric. But color remove tool, color replace tool with an ice blue. So if we color this, like this. What other colors do you think would do well? In the meantime, I'm going to color all the yellow blue, and then we can just easily swap them out. Right? Once it's all what it needs to be. What would do is kind of keep the yellow fuzz around it, but change the main color of it to like this blue. Okay. So, Panuch, what games are on your agenda today? I know Jeepin is streaming later, like after we get back from having breakfast and stuff. I don't know what she's streaming. All right, this is... We'll do lighter blue here. Now it's got a ring of yellow. That maybe we'll change it for testing to something else. Maybe it should just be white. I don't know. But we'll keep the inner circle of it. The slight blue. You want to finish Red Dead Redemption 2. That game looks like it's a lot of fun. I lurked on a lot of your stuff when you've been playing it. I never played the first one. It's just so many games, and I've always wanted to, but, you know. So many games. But you're trying to find a VR game to play. Let's think about VR games. I mean, I don't know what you have. Do you have any of the VR, like, Resident Evil games? I have one. You played RE2 using a VR mod. Oh, okay. I have one Resident Evil game that was built for VR. Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I think that was it. Yep. We'll need to do another, like, what was it? Beat Saber competition sometime. That was fun. I like using the Oculus stuff for like Power Beat and Beat Saber, and there's another boxing like fitness one. I like using it for that type of stuff. This time you're standing, yeah. I can't do that stuff sitting. I can't. I have to stand when I play on with the Oculus. All right. Oh, right there. Well, do we like it with kind of the blue? Let's change this. This is the non-exciting part of doing game dev stuff, where you try different things in the art to make it so that it looks nice, but it's just time consuming. Yeah, let's adjust that. Watched The Mandalorian and Grogu last night. Nice. We saw that when it was in the theaters. I liked it. Also, I don't know. Like, I liked it, right? I thought it stayed true to the Mandalorian stuff. It would have been a little nice to see some of the other cast from it, but I get the story they were doing with it. Right. And you can sort of see him. I got two things here. We have the popcorn buckets. So we have the AT-AT where Mando's climbing it up here. That's this one, right? So that was a popcorn bucket, and then we have Mando with Grogu on his back as a popcorn bucket, and that's back there too. What we did last night was we started to watch the new He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. We made it about halfway, and then somebody was a pumpkin, and had to go to bed. I am a big He-Man fan. I loved, because I grew up with that, right? So I loved the animated series. I loved the original, what was it, 88, 89, somewhere in there. He-Man Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren in it. And yeah. I don't know. Did you watch the new He-Man Masters of the Universe? Oh, it was okay. Didn't understand why old people were flying the X-Wings. Yeah. It was a tie-in. All right, so it was a tie-in to some of a lot of the older, like, original cast and that kind of stuff, and yeah, but that's okay. I mean, I still think the Mandalorian and Grogu did a good job, right? It was an adventure between those two, not particularly the Mandalorian. Brent, oh no, Panuch is here, hides in bushes like Homer. Yes. Hi. Welcome in. You did you did one of these. Right? This is what you did. Which one's this? There. This. Right here. Disappear. We are currently messing with different ideas about the Wisp. And we have 3 rough ideas, right? We had a green, we have a white and yellow. Roughly, we're changing it to white and blue, but white. And then we have a green with a glow outline behind it. I think I like it with the blue. So we're going to convert all the yellow to the blue. It just doesn't always want to go. So many different yellows here that it takes forever. I'm using a replacement tool. Yeah, that's what I got. It's just so many different ones. So, like, it's replacing all the same yellows with the blue. So, whoops. So wherever that is, it's doing it, but it's just so many shades of yellow. Because it takes whatever pixel I'm on, and it changes all those yellows. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's more efficient to do it this way, but, you know, we're going to do it. And this is just a test. I can always clean it up and make a new one later. But, how's your weekend going, Brent? I made a new parent. Well, the one of the parent objects was already there. It's for the trees, right? So, I used it, converted all the other trees to follow it, put the correct code into it, and so now the trees are just on a tree parent. Not too bad. You will release version 2 of the Matrix engine today. Excellent. Why don't you post a link to your Matrix engine? All right, let's zoom out, look at that. It's going to have a little bit of yellow in it, and I think that'll be okay. That is a long title. Matrix Engine, a time dilation system for GameMaker. So, I like it. It looks cool. What are these? So you can speed up and slow down the time of your game. Is that it? Is that what it's designed for? That's neat. Yeah. So it's for GameMaker. And Brent has been making some really neat tools for it. And all the alarms and timers triggers exactly when they're supposed to. Nice. I like the visual that you put here with the clock. All right, so that's normal time with it. That's cool. You have become very handy with making all these tools. There should be another competition again for tools for GameMaker this year, right? You know how they did it last year and Gleb won it, but that should be this year again. You should enter. If I press space. Oh, look at that. The duel. That works cool. Here, let me restart it because I did not. How do you see? All right, so we had the grandfather clock. Where is the slider on this one? I do not see it. Right click, parry. There's no slider. Oh, I see. The timing. That's cool. That's a good effect. Yep. That's cool. We saw that one. What's this one? Oh, the shooting. And this is from your other game. Yeah. This is cool too. Well done. I definitely think when GameMaker does their competition for the best tool, you should enter. That's what I think. When you pause, you still hear it. All right. All right, back to replacing all the yellows. If you press 1 and 2, you see a gradual shift in time dilation. Oh, smooth and long return. Oh, all right. Yeah, dude, definitely you need to submit this. That is all. Submit it and win. That's it. Easy peasy, right? You were rather upset yesterday. Well, that's not good. Why were you upset yesterday? It's supposed to be upset. Wasn't yes? It was part of your weekend. You can't be upset. You found out that GameMaker TK Game Jam was going on. The theme was Countdown. Oh, that would have been perfect. This was the perfect asset to help with that. You reckon you could have came up with a cool idea? Yeah. How long is that still going on? Is it going on? Do you still have time? The game is, the jam is now over. Okay, it ran from July 30th. Wait. This is the old one. Let's see if hacking the URL works. Nope. All right. There we are. It ends in 3 hours. Now, just submit. You have it, right? You have version 2. Just submit it. You can still join. And hi, Keller. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. You thought about joining it a few days ago? Nice. Honestly, you have a completed version 2, Brent. I would just submit it. If anything, maybe you'll get some feedback. It's got 4,740 entries. That's a massive game jam. Yep. Yeah, you have version 2. I would 100% submit it. Do it now. Join it. The peer pressure. Have you uploaded your game to itch, changed the page from private to draft to public, confirmed it has been submitted to this jam, played it all the way through the end, tested it on a second computer, credited all the third-party people, and added any team members as contributors? Kevlar, you would have joined it, but was tied up the first 3 days of the jam. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, same thing. If you get something that's already kind of completed, you could just submit it. Right? And there are 4,599 submissions right now. That's an odd number. Just add yours to make it 4,600. That's all. I love seeing like big things like this. I don't have a whole lot of time for game jam stuff, but I enjoy doing them. I need to pay more attention to when game jams are. That's all. All right. Let's try to get all this right. It's working, just slowly. So, Kevlar, what do you got going on today? You don't have something submittable. Gotcha. There's always next time. True, that there is. And for this one, you're supposed to actually create the game from... Oh, all right. Create the game from scratch just during the time of the game jam. Gotcha. That was the wrong one. All right, it's okay. Let's just switch. And let's do this. You could have like your code libraries and throw something together, but the rules say they don't want games sitting around. Gotcha. Brent's thing would still probably work, right? Because he was working on it during the time of the game jam. Well, his Matrix engine. I still think that would be a good one. What do we got? All right, notification for ads just popped up. So it's going to be, I don't know, maybe about 30 seconds. We're going to have an ad break. During that time, I'm going to take a be right back. I'm going to grab some more coffee. I am. And uncover Arwen. Come on, let's see. But, and then we'll get back to it, right? This is rough idea. That's all. All right, there is the ad break. Like I said, I'm going to take a quick period back. I will see everybody in a few moments. Get up, stretch, do what you need to. And I will see you all shortly. Hang tight. Okay, I'm back. I have more coffee. That makes me happy. Although, whoops, I have to say, I cut it a little close this week. I have had just enough coffee left to make stuff for today and tomorrow. And then Jibin will be at the store and can pick up something. But it was a little close. A little close on it. All right, that's good on this one. All right, and let's... Do I want that outside to be more white? The inside can be blue. Again, just a rough draft, I guess. There. Swap back, do the blue. So the idea of what we're doing, obviously, is we are changing out the yellow, or most of the yellow, I should say, for the blue to give this particular wisp a white and blue look compared to the other one that I did, which was more green. But then you have a harder time seeing it because most of the background is green. Swap that, make this white. It's like 1,000 little clicks. Now, the swapper works by taking all the same color, so the exact color number, and swapping it out. This has like a ton of all the same one. Of like different shades, right? So it's not working great. And again, this is only going to be for testing anyways for a little while before making a really good copy of it. Let's do this. There we are. One more. And we'll be done. Let's do white, then some blue. What type of bagpipe chiptune's this? I don't know if anybody else can hear it. Hopefully. The music. Come on. All right. I think that's good, right? So we'll close it down. You went back to your tower defense you started. Well, that's right. You were working on a tower defense. And you got tracked by IR. True. So you have a game loop done. Now you're working on a MVP you can post. Excellent. My tower defense was okay. Right? So where was it? Here. This was an okay tower defense. For my first time doing it, it wasn't bad. Right? It wasn't bad. I do want to revisit it, I think, and maybe change the graphics up a little bit, add some stuff. There's just so much I would love to do, so little time. But currently, I am having fun with the RPG still. So, all right, let's start it and take a look at 3 different versions of the Wisp. I feel like my stream looks different. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Whatever. All right. Oh, it's 3B. That'd be cool. You can place towers, sell them back, win the level, lose, main menu, built to work on PC and mobile. Excellent. The only game I thought might do okay for... well, I have 2, maybe. The Escape could possibly have been done for mobile. Very few clicks. Like presses, that kind of stuff. This air balloon lift, and maybe the original, like the Asteroid remake. But outside of that, well, even this one maybe could have been. You just control it, your movement and attack, and that was pretty much it. I just have not gotten into mobile design. All right, these are our 3 wisps. We have the green here. We have a white with blue. And the green with a background on it. You know what? Let's make a version of this. And in this one, let's add a layer. Let's do this. Damon, good morning. Welcome in. How's your Sunday going? So for quick test, let's do that. Let's drop it into the world with these other ones. Oops. Oh, I need to make a object for it. Silly me. Let's go there. Copy this. So this is white underscore 1. Yes. We'll copy that. And I don't remember what the command is to be able to do this fast, so we just had to manually do it. You're just starting? Excellent, excellent. We'll put it right here. Right below, or how about between these two? All right, let's start and test it out. So what we're doing is I'm messing around, just trying to find a better view of the wisp. I originally started switching it from a like blue like this to this, and now I think everyone's leaning towards a white with some blue on it. And these are our samples right here. I kind of like that one. I like the blue with the white. I think it does stand out better. This provides it like a little glow to it, so it looks like it's kind of always glowing. All right, let's capture that. Let's put it here. Now, you can join the web whiteboard if you want. The link's at the top here. You can come here and look at kind of what we were all, like, the transition of stuff. I would love it to be more kind of like this, but I haven't started making, like, the particle effects to it. For now, we're just working on the animation of the wisp itself, not necessarily the particles around it. All right, let's make it this one. So So now that should be the wisp, right? And we'll get rid of these ones. We'll run over to where it is. We'll pick it up and walk around with it for a little bit. I guess I could have left it right there, but that's all right. It would help if I actually put the right object in. There, we'll put it like that. And I think the next thing we're going to do is the wisp needs a light source around it. Right now, it's not attached to the light system, but we can make it that way. I need to fix this. All right. So now, whoops, now we have the wisp. Right? And before I forget, we want the sprite for it. So why? It must be offset. I must not have. All right, that's fine. It's fine. Oh. So when it's dark or cloudy, right? This is what you see. And then when we're in someplace that has darkness, I think the wisp just needs its own source of light. And what is there that is blocking me? But I do like this white and blue kind of look. I could probably slow that lerp of the direction chains with it. All right, let's go. We'll close this down. Let's go in. Change this so that it has a light source. And we looked at that earlier. We're going to put that right here in my lighting system. And we're going to do... This is the wisp. If our global companion rescued and instance exist object wisp. So that way, it needs to be rescued, right? With Wisp. And we'll start with that first. It may end up just being that it's there all the time. It doesn't matter whether it is rescued or not. Wisp X Cam X, and we'll do one for Y. Y minus Cam Y. Well, let's think about this. We layered these up here. I made them a local variable. Should make it because this needs it too. All right. If I'm going to be doing that all the time, let's go to my macros. We have cam W in height already here, but I can do a camera X and Y because it is the same thing. So macro camera X will look like that, and this one Y. There. All right. That should work for that. Camera X, camera Y. Come back in here. Camera X. Camera Y. Camera Y. Okay. There. That fixes up some of the lighting issues. Now, well, I want a radius. Wisp radius equals 60. Current time times let's think about this. How am I doing some of these other ones? if we give it a really low value, like 0.05, I think that might be okay. And welcome in, Brewer. Nice to see you. 2 days in a row. I hope you have your coffee, because I got mine. All right. Yo, no coffee. I almost was not going to have coffee. It was going to be a sad day. I know. But I have just enough coffee left for today and tomorrow. And then it will be able to go to the store to get some more. So it was almost. It was cutting it close. That's all. Set. Blend mode. Subtract. So what I am doing right now is setting up a lighting on the wisp. So the wisp will always have its own light source. For I equals 0, I less than steps, and I plus plus. Okay. Oops. And we worked on a little bit earlier in stream. We changed the way the wisp looks, right? So now it's more white with a little bit of blue on it, some sort of glow background, and it looks better when it's animated, right? So if you come in here, we have all kinds of versions going on here. But this is what it was, like this. And this is what it is now. And it looks a little better, right? It's not quite like this. I don't have particle effects or any of that stuff to it yet. But that'll happen. So I wanted to do, forgot what I was writing. I want it to be I divided by steps now. So we'll put it into a variable, maybe we'll do underscore T. I need one for wisp radius. We'll call that one R. Then we set the alpha. Draw all alphas. All right. I think I remember it all. So this steps variable R to our wisp radius times 1 minus t underscore t. Yeah. And Brent, sorry you had to go AFK earlier. I figured either that or you fell asleep. That's all. It was one of those. Right? What I am doing now is I am setting 1, 2, 3. Yeah. a light system to it. So the wisp will be able to glow. It would help if I type a little better. There we are. Color. Wisp Y. Our radius. And C black. C black. False. Now, out of the for loop, I need to draw the alpha 1, draw GPU set blend mode. Yeah, normal. All right. That should, based on the other stuff that I work on for the other ones, it should give the wisp a glow. Will it? I don't know, but we'll find out. We'll see what it looks like with it set to 60 on the radius. There it goes. Okay. So we'll go pick up the wisp. I should have left it in town, but we'll just pick it up over here. I don't like that. I messed up. I messed that up. Yeah. So what did I do to mess that up? I probably fluctuated it too much. All right, let's couple things. Let's put the wisp back here, right? So I can test it just without walking super far. Light. Blend mode. It's got to be the sin. This is the pulse, right? So if I get rid of that and maybe just make it a radius of 60, maybe that'll make it more smooth. Let's try it. All right, Cheapin, good morning. All right, so we'll pick up the wisp. All right, that's better, right? It's got its own little glow to it. So now it looks like that. And if we go into the cave, I think it looks okay. Right? And I don't know if Panuch is still there, but it was Panuch's idea to originally switch this to a white look. And I like it. I added a little bit of the blue just so it wasn't solid white, but I like it as the new look of the Wisp. And I got something here, and I'm not sure what's there, but guess we'll go look at that in a little while. All right, let's go into battle. Test that out. See what the Wisp looks like in the battle zone. Oh, I need to switch the battle look. All right. Room battle. This is it. Let's get rid of this one. This is Battle Wisp. All right, hold on. Oh, okay. There's hardly any code in it. It just needs a different look. So it needs the new Wisp. And we'll put it here. It looks... It's super big. I know. Like that. And good morning, War. How are you doing? How's your Sunday so far? It's nice to see you. All right, that should fix that. Let's start the game again and go in and see what it looks like. You just woke up. I mean, it's Sunday. It's okay. Right, Sophie? I slept in, or by what I think is sleeping in. I slept to about 5:30-ish. So 5:30, 5:35, somewhere in there is when I got up. So that was sleeping in. I started going back to the gym in the morning. So during the work, like during the regular part of the week, Monday through Friday, I'm waking up at 4:15 to go to the gym. And then the weekends I'm not going to the gym. So sleeping in is the 5-ish range for me. So that's early, yeah. Well, I'm either like on the weekends, I start stream at 7 a.m. So it's the same time because the rest of the week I start work at 7 a.m. That's it. I don't need a huge amount of sleep. All right, so this is the new look on the Wisp currently. I'm liking it more than the previous one. Now we'll go into battle and see what it looks like. I do like the coloring of the blue with the white, right? It's not a whole lot of blue. It's just enough to highlight it. And yesterday, well, we're going to test it. I'm going to run. Okay, it worked. I did in fact fix it. So that works fine. The lerp on the follow is okay, I think. By that, I mean how smooth the Wisp moves when I change directions. But I think that looks okay. So what do you got going on today, War? What games are you currently are you playing? I think I saw you on Ark Survival Ascended last time I saw. I don't know if you've gotten into playing Power World. Since 1.0 came out, I've gotten into playing it. It is drastically different than where it was about a year ago. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm enjoying playing it. Sure, there's room for improvements, but I am happy with the 1.0. I'm kind of obsessed. I am. So I do find that I play quite a lot. So, which is fine because I don't normally game as much as I used to. So, it's all right. All right. So we fixed this. We changed out the Wisp. This is kind of the transition of what we were doing. This was the original Wisp here, and to go between somewhere in the blend, I came up with this, right? I'd like to probably add some more particle effects into it, so it has more of like a trail, kind of like that. But yeah, and then there were some green ones, but the green ones were hard to see, so we went with picking white and then stuck with original little bit of blue highlights. So maybe the Wisp can have a light radius you can see on the floor. So I just added the light radius to it. I added a sin with current time, but that was a pulse and it was just too much. I didn't like it, so I took that off. And if we change the weather, you can see the Wisp has a light to it. It's just not super bright. And if we go someplace where it gets dark, you can see the Wisp has its own glow. I'm going to leave it there for now until I do another round of testing for people, right? And then get feedback on how it looks and what they think of it, including the lerp of the movement. I think it could probably be a little smoother, but I'll let people play it and see what they think. And the other thing that I did was the transparency stuff that we worked on yesterday, Brent, I made it so it's all under one parent called tree. So they all inherit it the same way. Yeah. So I just made it a little cleaner. That's all. But I like this. And your idea of making it so that it works on the whole sprite, not just a circle of transparency, was a really good idea. Right. And now you can see when there are hidden objects behind it. Here's an idea. So both, right? If I open up inventory, right, we have our items. So put this over like that. This area is going to be charms, like I don't know, hangs on your belt or something, right? It's a charm, and it will have passive effects. One of the ideas was to make it so that a charm helps you find treasure by making the treasure sort of glow. That kind of stuff, right? The other idea is once you obtain the wisp may tell you, hey, when you get close, the wisp would be like, hey, I think there's something hidden nearby, right? Because it talks to you and it says like funny things and all that stuff. So I think having the wisp be like, hey, there's something hidden nearby, allowing you to slow down to start to walk around and try to figure it out, right? Kind of like this. It says, this place smells like adventure and feet. And homeless, you can be first. Sure. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Yeah, so I think the wisp will tell you when you are near a treasure chest or treasure at all. And the item will be used for other stuff, right? The charms will be used for something else, not treasure hunting. So I think it'll fall upon the wisp to help you with stuff. I have the barrier removed, so we can go through here right now. And this is why yesterday we worked on making it so the whole sprite kind of goes transparent, right? So when you come up to it, right, you got this big thing. Before, it was only where you were. It was just a circle, but it would still show the rest of it. This hides it all, especially with these big trees, and that kind of helps. Yep. All right, so we're in sunset. It's not nighttime yet. But I think overall going pretty good. There are NPCs that are day and night sensitive, right? So if we hit N, we'll make it nighttime. Or it's our day-night switch, right? So we'll hit N. Did it work? There it is. It worked. Okay, so it's nighttime. And we have a NPC that worked on it, right? This is temporary setup, but because if I make it daytime, the NPC will go away. I'm not quite 100% sure how I'm going to do this camp. It may be a healer camp, and they'll be here all the time, but like you'll be able to go to them and get healed. So you don't have to always heal up with food all the time, but it's nice to have when you're out and about. And I heard it. Homeless, thank you for Sophie treat. Let's switch over here. And she is here drooling everywhere, right? I know. Thank you. Okay. So, I think that's how we're working that. Jeepin, do you know what game you are going to stream later today? So after I'm done streaming, Jeepin and I are going out for breakfast. We haven't done that in a long time. So we're going out. Mostly just because we only have one day off today together, or this weekend, right? My schedule is changing, so I'm going to be switching to Monday through Thursday, starting this Monday. And that means my new stream schedule is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, instead of Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just because the last couple of weeks, with slowly transitioning to a full day on Monday, I haven't been able to stream on Mondays. Yeah, so it's going to be back to another one. I'm going to be back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Same time, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. So we're going to see how that works. Hopefully, Friday will remain that way, and I'll be able to stream for 3 days a week. And Jeepin is going to be switching over the next 2 to 3 weeks here. She's switching to a Sunday through Wednesday work, and then she will be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So a little bit of changes for both of us. That's all. All right, let's grant myself the first 3 level quest. Let's go pick up another quest. All right, so this is the Missing Adventure quest. Sends you back into the cave, right? We have all this. We're at 55. We're still at 3 to 5 for damage. This is probably right around the time at some point during this, either through chest or treasure or rewards, you're going to get better weapon. You probably won't post an official schedule until the end of September. It makes sense. It's coming up, Jeepin. We're just about a month and a half away, roughly. Right? Yeah. Somewhere in there. About a month and a half, 2 months. And we go to Ireland for a little while. It's going to be here before we know it. And it is. So, after that, coming up with a new schedule would probably be a good idea. All right. Plus, that'll give you time. You settle into a new work schedule. Yeah. It would be fun to do some travel streams. We could try it. You know? Out in real life adventure of it. So that would be fun. We could try. So who knows, folks? There may be going live with G-Bit and 8-Bits in Ireland, getting into trouble and being lost, and with me driving. So, you know. All right. Ads are going to go off in maybe 5-10 seconds here. I'm going to be right back. I need some more coffee, so I'm going to grab that. We'll come back. We'll continue testing this and getting into the second part of the dungeon, or of in our cave here, to test some stuff, right? But all right, there are the ads.
Well,
I will see everybody
coffee break
in just a few moments. Hang tight. Oh my.
I'm in danger.
All right. Gosh. I heard that. And a fart. In a dungeon. Who ran the dungeon? Jeepin, thanks for running the dungeon. All right, we have a little bit of leakage there. I'm afraid that was just a little wet. It happens. I know. And it's Sunday. Gotta let it out. That was a little bit of leakage with that one. You may want to check your pants. All right, chat. Yep. All right. He ate some lettuce. True. Who was it? Homeless? Did you have the diarrhea lettuce? Yes. Yeah. I mean, I could see it, you know. It's bad stuff. Bad stuff. All right, we're fully back. So that's it. We'll get back to it. Homeless has to go wipe after that wet one, and no more diarrhea lettuce. That's it. Cut it out. No. Yes, loads of it. True. I can see. You want to see how bad it would get? I mean, I can't even imagine. Just imagine just eating like a whole head of the lettuce or something, and you won't be able to leave the toilet for like a week. That's all. All right, so every time we come in or go to a different room, the Wisp is starting at the coordinates of the other room and then traveling here. So we'll have to fix that at some point. So we're fighting our way through here, right? Through the cave. Now I need to come up with some. The idea is I'm going to come up with some other battle pages. So if you're in a cave system, it'll look like you're in a cave. If you're in the ancient forest, it'll look like you're in the ancient forest. So it'll match the it'll match the environment a little better. Because right now, even if you're in the cave, it looks like you're in the woods or wherever this is. Swamp. And I heard it. Somebody is a new avatar. Almost, what are you? You are the skeleton. All right. Shards. That would be funny. So much to do with stuff, right? That would be funny if I can make it so that the little avatars have like a green smoke come off of them. All right. We're going to go into the deep marsh, the cave. Now that we have the wisp, you're able to see more, right? But if you didn't have the wisp, it zooms in on you and says you can't see and you need to go back to town. I do not. I also want a map system, maybe to show up down here. Right? When you are in the cave or something, for you to help show you where things are. Like as you explore, it starts to uncover stuff. There we are. All right. All right, so now we have both people. And homeless somewhere in here. There. A hint. The boss is there, right? You can't do anything with them yet. There you are, homeless. You are the boss, right? You can't interact with it. It's just a sprite right now. Yep. All right, so we have to get out of here. I don't have any enemies yet in the bottom of this. Like in the second level of the cave. But we're getting there. And I want some other stuff in this first level. We're going to end up... All right, so now let's show. Now we have Tavian, who joined your party, right? He was the person you went to go find. As a companion, they have an attack ability. You can either have them auto attack or attack, light or heavy, same stuff as normal, right? And they are ranged attacks. So looking to see if they've started the respawn yet. It does not. Whoop. I guess so. All right, so if we attack as somebody with a ranged attack, you can attack any one of them. But the benefit of having that is they can attack the second row while you concentrate on the first row. When you auto attack, it will auto attack any that are currently damaged, whichever one has the lowest health, right? If they're both even, it just randomly picks one. There we go. All right. So now we rescue Tavian. We'll head back. Found Tavian's with him now. Tavian, I'll be honest, I didn't think you'd make it back. Thanks. Tavian did most of the work. Here's some copper, and thanks, and the thanks of everyone in this town. Well earned. All right, so now okay, so no more quests there. If we come out, this is where the next set of quests needs to take place, right? So now you need to complete and go fight the boss. And once you defeat the boss and you come back, that's when Paul the lumberjack shows up. Oh wait, Paul the lumberjack made it to town. He's near the forest. So maybe it is right after this one. Let's go check. Is he up here? He is here. All right. If we talk to Paul, all right, so he needs his axe sharpened. I have things set on essentially like flags of the game, right? So if like task A is completed, then effect B will happen, right? So Paul doesn't show up until you complete a certain number of the quests, because once you get Paul, you're able to get his axe, get it sharpened by the blacksmith, come back and talk to him, and you hear him chop up the tree that had fallen, right? There. It says, the ancient forest is open again. Got more trees to go clean up. Good work out there. Oh, one more thing. What's that? There is a witch out in the forest. Sells antiques items, they say. I wouldn't mess with her. And you say, noted. Watch yourself in there. Later, off he goes to clear more trees. So he leaves. Ancient forest is unlocked. And now you're able to access this area. And this will have, obviously, new enemies. There's a wolf following there. And that's kind of how the progression of the game is going to go. And this is really where you start to figure out some of the story with it. There'll be a little teasers throughout it, but like, oh, I got trapped on the treasure chest. There it goes. I got trapped. All right, there we are. I'll have to look into that. But overall, I think it's going pretty good, right? Homeless redeems eat a mealworm for 1,000 channel points. I don't even have a mealworm. I am gonna go eat breakfast this morning. We're going out for breakfast. Yes. Although there will be no mealworms on the breakfast. So, we're going to one of the places that is sort of New Mexican breakfast. So, like, it has burritos and egg breakfast stuff, right? But it's going to be New Mexican, so as everything is here. So it'll have green chili, red chili, red or green chili, which is the hatch chili peppers. And I love it. All right. We need to go in. It did not take away his axe. Why? To add it to my to-do list. All right. To do so. Paul's axe is not being taken from player inventory. All right. Spy burger. As you progress, you're always getting stuff. So now it'll automatically give you silver when you hit 100 copper. So 100 copper equals a silver. 10 silver, I think I have it equal to like a dime. So 10 silver equals a gold. There. And that works pretty good. I think I asked earlier, and I think I saw your response, Jeepin. I think you said you're going to play ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, today. If you've never played ESO, it's a fun MMO, free to play, that is based on all of Elder Scrolls, right? So the whole Skyrim, Daggerfall, all those, Morrowind, yeah. And it is available on console as well as PC. So she'll be playing that today. I think we need to try to get we rearranged a little bit, and it's not currently hooked up, but we need to get the stream machine, the Steam machine, back connected, and we'll do that I think later after we get back, before she streams. We'll see if we can get that done. All right, more pieces here. I need to come up with an item or symbol for charm. And then they're all going to be kind of the same thing, like same look, right? These are keys, gloves, and maybe I need a different symbol so it doesn't actually match the armor, because it makes it look like there's something already, like these are already there. And I have too many stats, I think, for this style of game. And I don't know how I'm going to either continue with them all or I'm going to make it so there's less, right? So right now we have strength, dex, agility, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Charisma, I could see being you get deals or specials from the merchants, right? The ones that sell stuff. Strength could help with the damage that you do. Dexterity will help you with dodging. So there'll be more misses the more that's higher. I don't know what intelligence and wisdom are going to be used yet for the player. But we'll see. Because I don't know if there's going to be magic for the player or if it's magic for one of the, like, the companions. And I wrote down this is still here. This should be gone. Now, a side quest, there's going to be a couple of them, right? Eventually, to make better armor and stuff, you're going to have to get some resources, right? It'd be like, oh, you need some wool. Well, you can't shear a sheep until you get the I keep ending under this. All right. So Gleb has wandered off. And we need to find him. There he is. And Gleb makes tools. So it was a good one to use for doing this quest, right? Where we had to go find the lost shear. And he said he left it somewhere near some sheep over in the harbor. So we got sheep. We have homeless wandering around over here. We have homeless junior. Kelvar, I think I saw you. And this is the harbor stuff. These are still just sprites, not objects yet, so you can sort of walk on them. All right. Almost Junior got wandered up the stairs over there. Oh, there it is. All right, so we picked up the shears. Now we need to take it back to Gleb. Overall, I think I'm pretty close to coming up with another beta for the game. I need to finish up some things for the quest with Tavian. A couple more enemies. and get the boss to work. And then I think we'll be good with it. And that'll be, I think, a good point for another beta. All right, he's wandering around up here. All right, so now we have that goes there. Oh, it rearranged everything. I see that. All right. So now you have a set of sheep shears, right? You have baby sheep, which you can't shear, but you have adult sheep, and you can shear them, and then it takes all their wool, and they look real thin. And now you have some wool inside here. And that needs to be an object. That will allow you to start to collect some resources that you'll be able to use to make better armor. Because right now all of the stuff is level 1, including the sword, and it only has like 1 EC, which right now doesn't do anything, but it's coming along. It's working, right? What else would people like to see in the game? Chat, what are your thoughts? I know, like, certain things I want to change and fix up, which is where this list here is. But what is sort of everybody else's thoughts, right? And you don't need to necessarily have anything right now. The idea is hopefully, hopefully, maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks. You want to hear about an evil overlord threatening the world. I mean, that is very feasible, right? The current line of story is the deep marsh is corrupted, right? So, all right, so it's corrupted. Now, you go and you solve it and you figure it out and you uncorrupt the marsh. But, and that might be where... So once you clean the marsh, right, it's no longer corrupted. That might be where this version ends. And then version 3 will pick up from there. Now, at the continuation of that is, who tried to corrupt the marsh? Why are they trying to take over the world, right? And that might be where the evil overlord comes in, and they're like, there is somebody from another land trying to take over our land, right? Trying to corrupt the world, and we can't have that. So you have to adventure out to go do it. Which means you'll venture farther than the ancient forest. You'll end up with some other, like, there's going to be other biomes. There's going to be desert, mountains, snow, and some other stuff. And I know I'm working on the castle in this, so I'm already thinking about that next part. And that's where you're going to hear about the evil overlord taking over the world, right? It's going to be part of the plot. Yep. Yep, yep. But I think the game is coming along pretty good. I'm working on light poles, or not light poles, street signs, right? I'll probably put one like here. It's going to have the ability to zoom in on it, kind of like the sign here, right? When you come up to the sign, you can press E, it makes it real big, you can read it. And people's names through it, but you can read it, right? It's going to be the same thing for the street sign. So you'll be able to click it, it'll make it real big, and it'll show you the direction of where things are. So then the next thing you want to see is the suspense. It's building. Changes that make the hero and the companion, Tavian, and any others more individual and different from each other to create diverse playstyles. So, changes for the player and the companions to make them different, right? I think that part of that's going to come from not only having different stats for them, but the ability to have options here, right? So skills to help develop each character a little more. Like this is player, but maybe when I come in here, you'll have a button for companion, you'll have player, companion, and if you click it, you can come here and see these, right? Or you'll be able to zoom out and it'll be players here, follow this line over here for your companion, so they'll all be on the same page. I haven't figured that out yet. All right, and I always struggle with this. I want to be able to free move it, and I can't just drag and click it, but that's all right. Yeah, and that's because Hamster does that, right? So it'll either be a tree all on the same page, and you'll have a set here for the player, a set over here for it. Whoops. Set over here for it, or there'll be some sort of page here and you can select between the players, right? And maybe it'll be an option at the top and you can click player, companion, and it'll automatically change this one and still keep that top bar. I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, and the same thing for the Wisp, right? Because the Wisp is going to have some abilities. It's just not going to be one that does attacking, but I do have ones, the idea for it to help you in the combats, maybe some heals, maybe a life prevention. So if you're about to die, it'll save you one time, once per day, something like that. Like once per in-game day or something. And like I said, we went through a bunch of renditions for this. And I think the Wisp looks pretty good. I still want to do some particle effects to it, but for now, I think it looks okay. Can I help you, Ira? All right, and I heard it. There is a dungeon. See if I can make it in time. I joined. All right. I think it's at a pretty good point. Right? The lerp for these movements aren't terrible, and I'm going to leave it until everyone gets a chance to test it. But it's mostly when you change direction that they kind of snap. Yep. I think it looks all right. I think so. Let me, whoops, wrong one. I want this. So more individuality. For player and companion. And Wisp. Right? That'll help separate them. So the player is designed to be melee, right? So swords, direct combat. The companion, or at least Tavian, is going to be ranged. So that helps separate those two a little bit. Start to add in more for Shadow on the plot. Right now, the only person that really kind of talks about anything is Arlock over here. He's got a little bit of, some stuff. Most people can't tell whether he's just a drunk or somebody that's actually seen stuff, right? I think after maybe Quest 1, there'll be a chance to go and talk to people, right? Or maybe even right away. And each one of them is going to talk about some rumblings of the plot line, the story. Right? All right. But, what time is it? I think I'm going to end just a little bit early by like 15 minutes, right? That way I can go get myself ready so that Jeepin and I can go to breakfast, and we'll be able to have a fun breakfast. We'll come back, get her all set up, and she will be streaming today Elder Scrolls Online, right? So with that, let's find out who is on. And we'll go. Now, I start my new schedule this Monday. So I'm working now Monday through Thursday. And the game plan, hopefully, is that I'm going to be off Friday. And that allows me to stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That is my goal. Right? Do we have anybody on doing game dev this morning? Calvar, enjoy the rest of your day. Tell them at work to stop messing with my schedule. I know. I try. But, it just doesn't always work. Who do we have on this morning? All right, perfect. I see somebody we're going to go visit. So let's get that started here. We're gonna go visit Ubuntu and see what they're working on. I know they're working on a game. I think it's their Twitch RPG game. So we're gonna go say hi to them. I appreciate everyone for being here. I hope you all have a happy Saturday, and don't forget, Cheapin is going to be streaming ESO later today. But I'm gonna go get ready so that we can go out to breakfast and get the rest of the day started, right? And no stream from me tomorrow because of the new work schedule. I will be back on Friday, hopefully for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I appreciate everyone. I will catch you all later. Let's go say hi to Ubuntu, and that's it. Have a good one, folks. Bye.